Hi, the only reason I'm doing this video is I looked everywhere on the best way of removing the back deck on a smokercraft millennia, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So here's what I found out. Each end of your back deck, they're underneath a metal piece that comes out about 3 inches. It's riveted into your boat, so there's no way of really taking it off to get this deck off. You have two choices with this deck. If you're going to replace the wood completely, you can cut right across the middle by your storage doors and pretty much lift your deck off, once you take all your screws off, of course. But mine was still in good shape. It was just the carpeting that I had to replace. So on each side you have these metal sides that they come out about 3 inches on each side, which means you have 3 inches of wood underneath here and 3 inches of wood underneath there also. So you have roughly 6 inches of wood on a 83-inch span of wood that you need to lift off your deck. It doesn't lift off easy. So what I found out, even after prying, you can see my pry marks here where I was trying to pry it off. It wasn't coming. I couldn't bend it out enough to get the board out. So on the right side of the boat, I ended up cutting 3 inches off this end. That gave me access to the whole panel where I could lift the panel off the back side of the boat. I did the right side because my skill saw fits underneath the right side better than the left. Once I cut 3 inches off that end, I could pretty much lift the board off. I found a couple screws I missed because they were actually counterset right in the wood where you can't see them. What I learned about that was if you have a screw pattern similar to that where it's screwed down, you're going to have roughly the same setup on the other side. You're going to have 3 screws, roughly the same space, same spot on the other side of the boat. One other thing I learned during this process was when you glue your doors back down, your carpeting goes underneath your doors. You're going to be gluing carpeting to metal. This here is all aluminum, and obviously your carpeting. What I found out was using Gorilla Glue in a caulk gun was the best thing to do. And there's what I used. To glue your carpeting better, to get it to set better, I put wood all the way, or carpeting all the way around the doors. So when I closed the door, it was closing on that extra piece of carpeting, and it shoved everything tighter. And that worked out good for holding the glue down. As you can see, even with 3 inches off, I'm having a hard time setting this board back in. But I'm thinking I'll be able to get it back in, and then I can screw everything down. Hopefully, if you have to replace the back deck of a boat, this will help you. The biggest key I can recommend is cut enough off one end where you can lift your board off. It's darn near impossible to press each end of your metal over about 3 inches so you can lift your board out. I couldn't figure out any way of doing it, so I had to cut it. But like I said, if you're going to replace the whole deck, you can just cut right across the middle by your boards, and that'll fix you. Anyhow, I hope this helped you. First time I've ever done a video, so hopefully this is clear enough.